Hello and welcome to another episode of The Dirty Birder. My name is Joe Glass and today we are going over last year's Warbler Migration. Now I kind of saved this video from last year just to have something to post before Warbler Migration so that, you know, I kind of feel behind whenever I'm editing the photos after everything happens. And yeah, so this is kind of a POV. I'll just let it run through and show you the photos that I get along the way, and yeah. Don't really know what I'm gonna get today. I'm just kind of keeping my eyes wide open, and sometimes that is the best way for things to work out, is just to keep your eyes peeled and adjust to the situation that's in front of you. So yeah. Okay, well, I just got some awesome photos of scarlet tanager. Usually you see them super high up in the trees and don't really have too much of an opportunity for photos, but came down right in front of me and I managed to get a couple shots and a little bit of video, and the best ones I got by far of scarlet tanager. So all right, so got my first Canada Warbler of the year. I verified that it was a Canada Warbler many times. I could not get a clear shot of him, but at the very least got that on the list this year. So okay, so I think I managed to get some shots of a red-eyed Vireo and a American Redstart. Finally got an American Redstart, speaking of which. But yeah, for my portfolio actually, so that's super exciting. Definitely not a wasted day coming out here today. And yeah, it's pretty peak Warbler migration season. My gold bird this year is a Wilson's Warbler. They got the little black dot on their forehead, and yeah, so hopefully I can get that up at Presque Isle. I've changed spots. I'm now in Tyrone, Pennsylvania, and gonna see what we got down here. It's kind of more of like a marshy area, so I'm hoping that some of the species will be able to come further down, kind of into the shrubs where there's not such tall trees and, you know, higher foliage. So we'll see what we can get. I think I just heard a black-throated blue. Shit. That's a black-throated blue for sure. Okay, let's get him on that. This should actually be perfect. It's right up on a hill, so. I see him. He's right out in front of me. If I can get him to come in a little bit more, this is perfect. So there are situations where you go into the woods during Warbler migration and it is just kind of, you know, there'll be birds singing, but it seems like it's kind of more dead a little bit in some ways, like especially on days that it just rained or overcast days. It feels like there's not as much going on. In situations like this, I found that the birds aren't calling nearly as much. And so because of that, you just have to really keep your eyes peeled and look throughout the shrubs, throughout the bushes, and look for any kind of movement within them while you're doing this, keeping an ear out for calls and whatnot. And also just staying still is a big part of that, because if you're moving and you're trying to view these tiny little birds moving throughout the brush, it's going to be a lot harder with your head moving at the same time as they are moving. So yeah, just a couple little quick tips on days like today. All right, so I am at Jacobsburg Environmental Center. I think that's what it's called, but it's a essentially I got two new species here so far. The eastern wood pewee, which is pretty typical for this time of year, and then I just got a pretty reclusive bird that showed up right beside me. It was a Very, and it was pretty cool to even see one, to be honest. So yeah, gonna continue around looking for a Wilson's Warbler, not finding it. Benefit to looking through these scrubby places has been, you know, I got a Very, which is very exciting. And yeah, I've seen a couple flashes of a couple different species, but not really anything definitive. The one photo I got is out of focus, can't really tell what it is. of a warbler. And yeah, so just continue on trekking on. That was kind of the last thing I expected today, was to get a black-throated blue, especially because I was looking for probably 3 to 4 other species other than a black-throated blue, but managed to track him up this mountain. So kind of the same thing with the blackpoll warbler, is whenever he got close, my shutter kind of helped to bring him in closer. He got more interested, so definitely cool. I think I saw a prothonotary over there though, and that would be a lifer for me, so I'm gonna, I think, maybe go back over to that area and check that out. But no Wilson's warbler today, unfortunately, but still managed to add a couple photos to my portfolio. I am sweating. All right, just a side note here. This is the cleanest bathroom I've ever seen at any kind of outdoor trail or state park or anything. I just wanted to make note of that because this is amazing. Maybe I'll start reviewing state park and trail bathrooms, but freaking immaculate. Well, I am back up at Presque Isle, and I just looked off to my right while driving up here, and I saw a group of ruddy ducks. So I got out of my car and I managed to get a couple shots of ruddy ducks, and finally got a shot of a ruddy duck, a male ruddy duck, while it still had its plumage. The bluebill is just perfect. So, but anyways, now with that little side quest detour, back to the Wilson's warbler, going to attempt to find him up here. Hopefully, maybe not, maybe, hopefully. I pretty much have a single goal today, just tracking down Wilson's. All right, well, since I got here, nothing's really caught except for yellow warblers. Got chestnut sided, got common yellow throat, but nothing really aside from that. But got some good photos that, you know, I'll take a look at when I get back. But yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow morning because hopefully more birds will be singing. All right, well, I'm on the Pine Tree Trail now, but I had a hell of a morning and got some of the best photos I think I've gotten of some of the species that I've gotten of before. So like the bay-breasted, I think I got some really good photos of that, at least a different look from the other photo that I got of them. I got Cape May warblers, I got some northern parula shots, finally eye level northern parula shots, and what else did I get? Oh, there was a black Bernie in there. There was another black-throated blue, and yeah, I had probably one of the best mornings that I've ever had as far as photos go. I was felt like I was non-stop clicking the shutter. Heard another blackpoll, see if I can find a Wilson's. That's still on my list. Also, there was a morning warbler that was reported here yesterday, so hopefully be able to find that tomorrow morning, because I think I'm coming to the Pine Tree Trail tomorrow morning. Yeah. I was just driving by an area and I think I heard a Wilson's, but I'm not entirely sure, so I'm just gonna go check it out with Merlin over here around where I think I heard it. And yeah, but I'm not going to spend too much time here. I'm going to go up to Fry's Landing, which I've yet to actually go to. In all my times of being in Presque Isle, I've yet to go up there and bird, so. I found the Wilsons. I found the Wilsons warbler. Yes. Oh, I am stoked. Oh, I am stoked. I spooked him out of this brush right here, but I'm just gonna hang out and see if he comes back. Yeah, this is tough. For every one, I guess for every one Wilson's warbler, there's about 1,000 yellow warblers, and I guess I can be given some tips here live. So I feel a little bit more free now that I got all my gold birds. So, so just some tips. When you're looking for warblers, you're gonna see something like this, okay? And as you can see from this kind of wide angle, you can't see much. Can't really see much flutting around, and especially if you're moving, chances of you seeing anything are slim to none. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna stop. You're gonna wait. And you're gonna look. And where you're gonna look is probably a radius of about, I don't know, I'd say a radius of about 30 feet past you. And you're just gonna scan that area, and then you're gonna bring it in, and then you're gonna scan the trees. And this is so I don't miss a shot that's right in front of me, but I also can pick up on and track birds that are higher up in the trees. Kingbird. Perfect. Right on cue. All right, got a morning warbler right over here. Alrighty, so apparently just got word of a red morph screech owl that could be at a tree right down the road. I wish I would have heard that earlier in the week, but yeah, anyways, today got another lifer, got a morning warbler, and I mean, can't really ask for more than that. Got my first black-throated green warbler of the year, and it's just been an awesome trip. All right, so all in all today, had a couple huge finds. Had my first black-throated green warbler of the year, which I had photos previously of them, so it wasn't a lifer or anything, but I did get another lifer. I got a morning warbler this morning, and that was pretty awesome. It was super tough to get photos of because morning warblers, for whatever reason, like the low brush, kind of like the Wilson's warblers do, and there was no getting them out of that, so it was super tough to do that. But yeah, one thing I will say is all the people up here are super awesome. The people even traveling through up here are super courteous and help out however they can, especially if they're birding up here, they see you birding. So a special shout out to those people and thank you to those people. But yeah, wrapping that up, if you guys have any additional questions, feel free to comment below, and yeah, I'll answer all of them that I can. So thank you for watching this episode of The Dirty Birder. Stay tuned for more in the future. I might be going back home to try out a hybridization area where there is potentially some Brewster's warblers, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna try, but they might not be there. I don't know.